Greetings and God bless. I just wanted to share about if you're new to Denver, trying to visit, that a lot of places don't seem to have a sign, whether it's a credit union or like the library or um, like the Federal Express office. You won't. There's not an obvious door. So it's sort of. I don't. I like. It's like uh, this place is, for people who've already lived here, familiar, and not for not welcoming to people who are clueless, who want to use the Federal Express store or the credit union or the library. And I lived in Portland, Oregon, where folks would rearrange the street signs. So you'd have like Pete Street crossing Still Street or something like that. There's no such street as Pete or Still. I'm just using words. So people would rearrange the signs so it'd be the wrong street name. And I haven't seen that here. I have seen some streets don't have a sign, like on the 16th Street Mall. You'll go down like Champa, and then I think the next street there's no street sign, and I guess there's been some construction or something like that. But yeah, you're on 16th Street, but if you're a tourist and this is the main pedestrian uh, walkway for tourists and shopping, like people doing shopping, it would be nice if they had street signs. But I guess uh, the city's just assuming you have your device and your map on your phone, and that's going to tell you where you are. And so it seems like cities are like, oh, we don't have to keep up infrastructure because your phone's going to take care of everything. You're just basically in the metaverse, so we don't have to put a sign up uh, on the street anymore. Another thing is like some stores for some reason do not have an obvious entrance. So, for instance, there's a Federal Express that's downtown. So you see the Federal Express sign, but this door doesn't work. Like the store on 17th Street doesn't work. The door on 17th is not available. And then there's like this other entrance that's not available. And so you have to go down a driveway inside a hotel, and then you have to go inside this hotel through this lobby in order to get to this entrance. And I guess they're doing it for security purposes, but it's like you have to walk like you know a block to just get in to this place. And they don't make it very clear. It would be nice if there was more signage. But like this seems to be a thing in Denver where like the public library has all these gates all around, and it's this huge like complex of gates 20 feet away from the building. And it makes it a longer hike just to get around. And it's wintertime. There's menacing homeless people, drug addicts. I mean, it's an ugly. I got to say, it's an ugly, kind of demonized city. Probably the worst. I mean, I was in New York City this summer, and yes, there's demonized drug addicts and homeless people a lot in New York, but Denver takes the cake. It is a nightmare of just like third world like awfulness. I mean, I've lived in San Francisco, and I've walked in the Tenderloin, and it's like the Tenderloin. Uh, it's just downtown. I mean, everywhere, pretty much everywhere I have been in Denver and parts of Aurora, I have been told that it's nice somewhere else. And I guess if you're taking public transportation, you're in hell or something like that. So it just and maybe that's why the credit unions aren't going to put a sign where you can really see that the credit union is there, or um, where the Federal Express do- office won't have a door that you can reach. And Yeah, it's just really frustrating because I'm just trying to look right now at one of the other Whole Foods. There's two different Whole Foods, and I can't seem to find it on Google Maps. Now, uh, what's annoying is like they're not putting signage on buildings, and I'm sure sign costs money. So I think businesses are like, oh, we don't have to have real visible signage because people have their phone and their phones are going to tell them everything. You know what? Not everybody has their phone, and not everybody has a lot of energy to hike, a huge block around circles around like the different stores here. And it's like, I've seen this five times, different things, where there's just not adequate signs. And it's really frustrating. And I've lived a lot of different places that has had quirks, but I've got to say, Denver is like the worst because it's like you're in crummy weather. There's creepy, scary, demonized people, like homeless people lurking, and like the it's just and if you're new to the area, you're just trying to figure things out. One thing like that was kind of weird was when I was in Iowa, there would be stores, but they wouldn't have an open sign on the window. And there's a lot of closed businesses. There's a lot of closed shops in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And so I would just assume, oh, it's another, the lockdowns closed this place down, or they had a big storm, Derecho or something like that. So they had this storm and then they had this flood. So I would just assume, and there's just a whole stretch of um, the avenue that was closed, or it seemed. And then after I was there, like a month or two, I was like, oh wow, that dark window, that's a real restaurant. There's a lot of people in there. And so it's like this weird insular, I guess, provincial thing where the old timers or the locals, they know it's open, and so and the store owners don't care to make it clear that the place is open, that the place, this is the name of the place, and so I don't know. I don't understand how people are running a business by not making it clear that what the name of their business is, the location of their business, or where the door is. But that seems to be a thing now, where the businesses make it hard to find the door to the shop, and they make it hard for you to find the shop when you're new and in the area. And so I guess maybe they just don't want you to be there. They don't want you to shop there. They don't want to make money. So if they really do want to make money, please have a sign. Please have an open thing so we know that you're available. Make it easy for us to get into your shop. Don't make it this whole thing that somebody has to walk. It's like 4 blocks around the building to get to your door. Um, and everybody's assuming everybody's driving, and everybody has just all this energy to spend trying to hunt down uh, the front door to your place. It's just very, very inconsiderate, and I don't know how. I mean, maybe everybody's on drugs, and so they just are fine with that, and everybody's just like, oh, it's gonna drink pot, and maybe that's what Denver's about. Is just like, let's just be really aggravating and inconsiderate, and just expect people to do their recreational drugs or their prescription drugs, and just sublimate and suppress their frustration. So, yeah, Denver is very strange about that. It would be nice if they would have clear signage and, a door that's not like a huge trick to find or some weird maze. Um, so, yeah, that's my little rant about Denver. So, if you're new here, really, like, if you're planning on checking something out, and if you don't have a smartphone, you really want to um, map something out, maybe call ahead and ask the place, is the door obvious? Is the front of the store obvious? What's the cross street? Uh, yeah, thanks for watching.